We're coming out to check out the northern wall of our greenhouse here. Take the 52-foot trip to this end. We've got this window we framed out. Nice little DIY lock for right now. Side view of that. So this will basically be opened and closed by a mounted thermal activated switch. It'll basically be a cylinder that pushes this open. You can look at our smaller greenhouse video from our 1/4 acre property to see one of those in action. The temperature activated cylinder that opens and closes your door will open between 75 and 80 degrees ish. You can kind of adjust it with the screw, but it's not super sensitive. So we'll be able to open and close this at the right temperature. We should have good airflow through here. As you can see, we got our door framed out. It's not fully in, but it is able to be opened and closed. Just got it wedged in right now. So this door is probably about 5 feet tall. I'm 6 foot tall, but this is going to hold compost on it, so it's going to be solid framed, and we'll be able to open it in the summer because we're trying to avoid having stagnation issues. I apologize for it being so windy. I'm trying to get close to this camera just so everybody can hear me and what I got going on. We'll take a walk on the back side. I had this window that I wanted to try and frame up on our greenhouse here, but it did not fit any of the locations. It doesn't even fit on our southern wall because of the way I framed it and built it. So I'm not sure what we're even gonna do with these extra windows. We got a couple of these. And speaking of windows, we have not been able to acquire any more windows for free. Everybody wants to sell them for a ton of money because they know people are making old greenhouses or refurbishing them and selling them for more money. So everybody wants their money, and we don't want to pay for a window that somebody recycled. So we got what we got, and I just built a window. We took some of our old poly from our greenhouse that we built on our 1/4 acre property, made a double layer that's about 2 inches thick. So we shouldn't have too much of a problem with this window. It's nice and tight. So this window is going to provide good insulation for us. We're going to hard frame the door, and we're going to get our actuator put up, and then we're going to figure out what we're doing with the top. I'd like to have another vent system up there. We have to do the same thing to our door. I will probably put poly around it just like this because we have so much extra poly here. We've got a ton of extra poly, and I'm going to do that to the door to basically seal it up, give it a nice insulating factor, and then I will put plywood or something on this, and then the whole backside of our greenhouse will have poly against it, or a tarp or some type of protective barrier or moisture barrier, because we're going to have compost all up on the back of this in order to heat through the wall here, to heat our floor of our greenhouse and to heat the airspace. We're going to basically do a gene pane pile on a much bigger scale than our 1/4 acre property. This is what we're starting with. I just wanted to bring an update. We're basically finished with the northern wall. I gotta finish the top part here, but everything else has been recycled. I haven't spent a penny on any of this. I had to buy some staples. Spent about $5 on staples this morning to staple up our frame for our window, and that is going to work great for us. We did the same thing to our 1/4 acre property window, and that worked well for us. So we're going to continue using the same method. Like I said, this will just pop out, and it will basically fold as far down as I allow the mounting system and the actuator to open. But I would like to have good airflow through there along with this door being here, so we'll be able to open this door, open that window. We'll be able to open our double doors we're creating. We're going to work on our southern end next weekend. But I just wanted to bring this update before we got too far along. I wanted to show every little step. All of these used pieces of wood, used windows, everything's getting recycled. We paid for this poly a long time ago, and it's paid for itself at the beginning of this season. We started cranking veggies out of our little greenhouse and selling them at our market here, so this is basically a free item also. So don't forget to use as many recycled materials as you possibly can to save yourself an extra buck. That way you can put it to where it counts. We spent $700, almost $800 on poly. We ordered about 200 by 56, and it is on its way. It should be here tomorrow or Tuesday, so we're super excited. We got a bunch of work to do on this side. We're gonna get the other side framed up. We'll probably bring an update once we finish the doors on our southern side, way down at the other end. Just a quick update on what we finished here. I got the door actually polyed. It is nice and solid. You can see this little piece of wood I have holding it up. So we've got a nice hinge on both our door and window. Pop around to the back side here. We've got everything completed. This whole side is all polyed. All we got to do is wrap our poly around it from when we poly the entire tunnel and cinch it down. This side is done.